into another episode of Bread Before Bed.
On tonight's episode of Bread Before Bed, we are in Genesis, the 20th chapter, and this chapter is subtitled, Abraham Deceives the King. So my first question is, what does deceives mean?
It means to be tricked or lied to.
And it reads, And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of his wife Sarah, She is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, Behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she, even she herself, said, He is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore I suffered thee not to touch her. Now, therefore, restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou shalt not restore her, know that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and told all these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham, and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought me and my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought, surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is thy kindness which thou shalt show me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, He is my brother. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants, and gave them unto Abraham, and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before thee. Dwell where it pleaseth thee. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee. And with all, thus she was reproved. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservants, and they bare children. For the Lord had closed up all the wombs of those in the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. So basically what happened in this chapter is we witness Abraham journeying on through the land, and he comes into the territory of Abimelech, which is a king of a particular territory. And his wife Sarah is so beautiful that he is scared that the king might like her and take her and kill him, so that the king can marry his wife Sarah. But instead of Abraham consulting God, what Abraham decided to do was tell a lie, and that was a big mistake on Abraham's part. So one thing that we learn from this text is that you're never supposed to tell a lie, because lies will always make your problems worse. Not only did Abraham lie, but he put his wife Sarah's life in danger. And on the flip side, he was a misrepresentation of God, because we know that it isn't God's character to tell lies. That isn't godly to do. And Abraham did that, and it made him look bad because he was God's chosen vessel. Also, Abraham cast unrighteous judgment because he automatically assumed that the people in Abimelech's territory, he assumed that they were a godless people, that none of them believed in God, which wasn't so, because when Abimelech had that dream and communicated with God, Abimelech referred to God as Lord. As Christians, we supposed to influence people righteously, and we supposed to be those that lead people closer to God. But Abraham did the total opposite. These people ended up hating Abraham's guts because of how he decided to move. But one thing that we learn about God is, no matter how many mistakes we make, God still views us as his children, because no matter how wrong Abraham was, when God talked to Abimelech, he told Abimelech, "This is my prophet." So no matter what, God still viewed Abraham as his prophet. And we learned that even in the midst of us doing wrong in life, God will still use us, because God still told Abimelech, it is Abraham that's going to pray for you so that this plague that I have put on your people will be lifted up. Also, we can't be righteous in our own eyesight and self-righteous and think too highly of ourselves, because Abimelech told God, I'm a man of integrity. I wasn't even going to sin against you. I got lied to. And God had to check him and let him know, hey, I'm the one who kept you from sinning against me. God said he had to intervene and stop him. Because if it was you and up to your own will and your own fleshly and lustful desires, you would have went through with it. And another point is, God always turns around after we repent the bad things in our lives and allow them to work together for our good. Because at the end of the day, even though Abraham did something wrong, the Bible teaches us that Abimelech gave them all kinds of riches. He gave them silver, he gave them camels, he gave them a whole bunch of livestock to leave with. So they left out richer and wealthier than they came in, even though they did something deceitful.
See